What's up, guys? Stas here. So you read the title of the video today. We're going to be going over 3 stocks that have very high short interest that I'm looking at right now that could be squeezing in the short term. Keyword is could. Nothing's guaranteed, of course. And we're going to break down some other names later in the video, bonus stocks at the end, and we might break down the indexes as well if we have time. So if y'all find value, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And guys, if you have not gone up to 16 stocks yet for Moo, each up to $2,000, what the heck are you waiting for? Use that link down below or simply go to stasurfest.com/moo. Get your money. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So it's currently about 12:55, almost 1 p.m. on the East Coast here. So we're pretty much halfway through the day, a little bit over halfway through the day. And the indexes right now are all in the green except for the Russell, which was the case in my previous video as well. Now the Russell's down 0.4%. We have the NASDAQ up 0.6%, S&P's up 0.3% as the Dow's up 0.1%, and we now have the VIX down almost 5.5%. Big dump there for the VIX today, guys, as it is pushing into the mid-13s as of right now. So we're going to break down the indexes again, maybe later in this video if we have time. But for now, I want to focus on these 3 stocks that I'm looking at right now that could be breaking out that have very high short interest. So the first one is Carvana, which I believe we've talked about all of these on the channel before. Maybe not the second one, but we've definitely talked about Carvana before. And this one's down a little bit on the day, which is not the end of the world, down 0.5%. All right, whoop-de-doo. And it is down a little bit more than that from yesterday, which, all right, fine. But overall, if we pull up the 4-hour chart, we can see we are on the verge of breaking out, right? We're above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. We have an inverse head and shoulders here that's in the making. You guys can see we have that right here. The left shoulder's right here. Boom. Head's right here, and we have the right shoulder right here, and we also have, you guys can see, a cup and handle, right? You guys can see the cup right here, the handle's right here. So if Carvana, ticker symbol CVNA, keep your eyes on it, guys. If this ends up breaking above, let's say 50, I'd say 52 to about $53, if we do start breaking above that point, that's where we could really see this thing start to take off. So let me actually draw this line to the right so you guys can see. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? If we take out this point, $53, we take out the highs from, earlier this month, also from the beginning of last month, that's where we could start taking off like no other, maybe towards 60, 62, maybe even higher. So I'm thinking Carvana is, very bullish right now. Momentum is clearly in the Bulls' favor. And we have, again, that inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle. And we also arguably have an ascending triangle, right? Let me show you guys this. We have higher lows being made at the same time as we have, resistance. We've had resistance over the past couple of weeks at around $53, like I said. So this looks pretty bullish, and the short interest, almost forgot to mention, is 40%, guys. Very, very, very high short interest. So let me set my alert at $53. Mark is at or above. There we go. And if that point breaks, we get that leg up. Ascending triangle starts to break. The right shoulder and the inverse head and shoulders starts to play out as well. We could start getting ourselves, like I said, 60 plus, mid-60s. That's where CVNA could be going. So my alert's set at 53. I'll put another one at maybe 52. Let me do that now. Mark is at or above $52 per share, and we'll see if these even trigger. If we do start to break out, time will tell. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And the next one here, which I'm not sure if I've talked about on the channel before. I'm not sure at all, to be honest. I forget. I make so many videos, guys. It's it's hard to keep track, but it's Groupon, ticker symbol GRPN, which right now on the day when I'm making this video, it is up over 1%, which is awesome, doing pretty well. And over the past couple of months, it's doing, well, way better than 1%. Let's just put it that way, guys. This stock back in May was under $3. Now we're over $11 per share. And you guys can see we've been making higher lows for quite some time. You guys can see that right here. Let me draw it out. Higher lows for quite some time. But at the same time, guys, recently, lower highs have been made, right? Lower high here, 14, 13, 20, 1250, 1250 as well right here, you guys can see. So at this point, we're still above the 180 SMA, still directionally bullish, but we have sold off a little bit over the past couple of weeks. So I'm looking to see if buyers come in on this weakness, in other words, right? Whether it's around 11, $9, $10, I'm not sure. In this pocket right here, if buyers start to come in, coupled with that high short interest of 35%, very high short interest, this could be one worth looking at here on, on this dip, maybe as a continuation play. Maybe this could start to break back out towards the mid-10s, whether that be 13, 14, 15, we'll see. But overall, this weakness is worth watching. It's still directionally bullish, and that's why I'm keeping my eyes on GRPN, which again is Groupon. Not sure if we've talked about it before here on the channel, but it is one that I'm looking at, and let me actually put it on my watch list myself, guys. Jeez, I didn't even put it on my watch list yet. GRPN, there we go. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. We have one more stock to go over, but actually before we do that, don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video, by going down below or by simply going to stockerfest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks right off the bat, and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks totaling 15 stocks, and mind you, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. And listen to this, guys, fund your account with at least $5,000 on top of those 15 stocks. You also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Google stock, which makes this promo a no-brainer. So what are you guys waiting for? Use that link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's talk about the last stock, which is Novax. And I know I've been talking a lot about this one, maybe not a lot, but I've mentioned it a couple of times over the past couple of weeks, and it's actually come down, I believe, since the last time I've mentioned it. So it hasn't played out quite yet, but that doesn't mean it's not on my watch list anymore, guys. In fact, I'm liking it even more here on this dip. And let me make this clear, this is not for a long-term investment. I would never buy and hold this long-term, personally. But this is more for a trade, right? We're pretty oversold now, and we almost broke out a couple of days ago. So that was a fake out. I got to admit, that was a fake out. We failed to break above 10.50, but now we're at 7.50. We've come down about $3. Calls have gotten destroyed. Obviously, puts are printing money right now, but this is down 30% in the past couple of days. And I'm looking at this weakness. I'm like, all right, 46% short interest, very high. This is, very easily prone to a short squeeze. We're seeing the rise of CV again. Not saying it's going to get anywhere near what it was, in 2020. It's probably never going to get like that, but we're seeing some fear around that, which is causing some momentum in these VAX, the VAX, right, stocks, which NVAX is that. I mean, for Pete's sake, guys, VAX is in the ticker symbol, NVAX. So this thing's down 4% on the day, and again, down 30% from recent highs, but overall, the uptrend still, well, I don't want to call it an uptrend, but the channel is still holding. We could call it that. Let me actually get rid of that 1050 alert. This channel right here is still holding. You guys can see that right here. We're now more towards the bottom of the channel. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, all right, I think there's a decent possibility that, we do bounce back towards 9, 10, maybe even over that. We're not seeing the confirmation quite yet as of now, but I think that's, a decent possibility with, with what's going on with the different catalysts out there right now. Now, am I saying it's going to go all the way back to recent highs, which I forget what the highs were, but it's a lot higher than where it is now. Yeah, 300. Am I saying it's going to go back to 300? Heck no, guys. But could we make money on this? Well, could I make money on this? I'm not telling you guys what to do. But could I make money on this in this window right here from, $7, $8 up to $10, $11, maybe up to 15, 13, 14? Yeah, I think there's a lot of money that could be made. There's a lot of risk. There's tons of risk, but there's a lot of money as well that could be made. And I'm looking at this as, I'm not necessarily looking to buy shares, but I'm looking to buy call options, which I don't do often these days, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not buying calls every day, trading calls all the time. But this is one that I'm looking at, maybe throw a couple $100 at it, buy some calls, $8, $9 calls, or maybe in the money calls. I don't know. But probably out of the money, I'm looking to buy on Novax. So maybe $8, $9, $8.50. I haven't looked at the options chain in, about a week. I have to look on Novax. But, that could be a pretty good move, especially if we start breaking out, squeezing. Those options would print money like no other, and I'd give it some time. I'm not going to get ones that expire in a week or 2 weeks. I like doing or buying calls or puts, for that matter, for the most part, that are at least a month, 2 months out, to give me some time. Because you guys know how options work with, time decay. If you buy calls that expire in a couple of days and you get it wrong, you're going to lose all your money very fast, right? But if you buy calls on Novavax and maybe a week or two later you figured, oh, it's not looking like it's going to play out, you can take a loss and not lose everything if you buy calls that are like 2-3 months out or whatever, right? You guys get what I mean. But yeah, overall, those are the 3 stocks. We actually talked a little bit more than I thought, so we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. We're not gonna talk more about other stocks or the indexes in this video. So make sure you all subscribe, because we'll do that in the next video. And you might as well hit that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. And you might as well follow me on Twitter as well, or X, at Stas Talk Stocks, or just type in StasSurFest. You'll find me on Twitter, guys. Make sure to go follow me. And with that being said, folks, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.